Introducing the remarkable archetype, the dangerous gentleman. With a demeanor that commands respect and a hint of potency, he embodies strength tempered by virtue. Though his capabilities could veer towards danger, he channels his power for noble causes, serving others and safeguarding those in need. Rooted in a profound love for both God and humanity, he navigates life with discipline and purpose. In his presence, one witnesses the harmonious blend of power and benevolence, a testament to the true essence of masculinity. Step into the world of the dangerous gentleman, where strength is wielded for righteousness, and discover a captivating embodiment of honor and valor.
Welcome to Monologues with the Dangerous Gentleman. Yes, I am the Dangerous Gentleman. No, I did not give myself that nickname, but I certainly did earn it. Today we're going to talk about the concept of intentionality. A lot of people talk about intentionality, so I'm not going to necessarily give you a bunch of new information about it, but what I am going to give you is some practical ways that you can apply it to your life every single day, okay, in ways that you may not even have thought about. Intentionality has to be intentional. And in case you're wondering what that means, the idea of intentionality, at least for me, is instead of letting life happen to you, instead of letting external things happen to you, you take initiative in every area of your life. You take initiative wherever possible, even in the little things, because we are all the result. Our lives are the result of the choices and the decisions and the actions that we make. Okay? And the actions that we take are a result of the decisions that we make. And the decisions that we make are directly related to whether or not we approach life from a position where we want to dictate terms or whether we want to have terms dictated to us. So many of us, our lives are dictated by things that happen outside. The weather's a certain way, so we do certain things. Other people are acting or saying or doing things, and that's affecting our lives. I have a bad mood. I didn't sleep well, or whatever it is. We let those things, or what's on TV, or a schedule, or something like that. We let all of that happen to us, rather than getting up in the morning with the idea of knowing what you're going to do that day. Okay, and even going to bed the night before with the idea of what you're going to do the next day, and not just whatever you feel like. For me, it started with making my bed. There's a famous speech on YouTube by Navy Admiral, and it's called "Making Your Bed." You can look it up. Okay, but he's speaking to, I believe it's a group of soon-to-be high school graduates, and he says, "Make your bed every single day." Yes, your parents taught you to make your bed every single day, but now that you're going to be out on your own, do one thing. The first thing that you do in the morning, make your bed. It sets the tone for the rest of your day, okay? Because you've already made one good decision to start the day. You've made that decision to make your bed. And we all know, for me at least, getting into a nicely made bed in the evening when I go to bed at night is a whole lot more enjoyable than kind of like crawling under the covers and finding a place to sleep. For me, that peeling back of climbing into a nicely made bed and going to sleep is just an amazing thing. And so I started there. And then I started to add more and more little things about being intentional with my day. The whole morning routine thing, yeah, I've definitely got a morning routine. An evening routine, yeah, I've definitely got all that, but I am intentional as much as I can throughout every single day. Do I find myself occasionally scrolling on social media, mindlessly doing that kind of thing? Yeah, it happens sometimes, but I get a lot of stuff done during the day, okay? I get a lot of stuff because I'm intentional. When I don't get someplace on time, I used to just blame whatever. Oh, it's the traffic. Oh, it's the this. Oh, it's the that. Oh, it's that person or this thing. Now I know that when I don't get somewhere when I want to get there, I own that responsibility. I'm like, well, I made this decision. I made this decision. And I decided to take an extra few minutes here and a few minutes there, and that's why I'm getting here when I'm getting here. And I own that. And either I'm okay and be like, okay, well, I made that decision, and that decision was important to me at the time, and that got me to where I am right now, or I didn't really want to do that, and I need to work on that and fix that next time. So I'm intentional down to even those very, very little things anymore. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not 100%. But I found that when I take responsibility, when I take ownership, when I am intentional with even the little decisions that I make, that I have a lot more freedom. A lot more freedom with my time. A lot more freedom with my thoughts. A lot more freedom with my actions. And a lot more freedom with other people. I try my best to not let what other people are doing dictate my day. Okay? A couple of weekends ago, I broke up with a girl that I was seeing. Okay? And, a lot of people, that could affect them significantly. Well, for me, yeah, I let it have its place. I kind of gave those feelings and those thoughts, and I kind of just processed it a little bit. But the next morning, what did I do? The next morning, I got up and I went on like a 6-mile hike. Why? Because I already had decided that that's what I was going to do, and I wasn't going to let this external circumstance that I had no control over dictate my actions. So I was intentional with that. I eat very intentionally. Everything that I put in my mouth, I make an intentional decision. And that starts with when I go to the grocery store, I'm very intentional with the food that I buy. I don't buy anything that I don't want to have in my house. Therefore, I don't have to worry about it when I get home. It helps. Yeah, it helps that I'm the only person that I'm shopping for. It does make it a little easier. But still, I am intentional when I go to the grocery store. When I go to a restaurant, I'm not just like, oh, hey, I want the loaded cheesy fries with bacon and sausage and cheese, right? Like, I'm intentional. I go, okay, well, I want the whatever it is. And I make a reasonable decision because I look at the menu. Most of the time when I go to restaurants, I look at the menu before I go, and I have it in mind what I think I want to get. And that's the kind of thing that sets you apart from other people. It's not being dictated to by what's happening in the moment. Intentionality is the idea that you are making a decision ahead of time for what the circumstances might present. And you can't be perfect, and you're not going to be able to anticipate every single thing that comes along. But there's way more that we can anticipate than we think that we can. Okay? We can anticipate what's going to be at the restaurant. We can anticipate whether we want to drink alcohol or not. And for me, that's easy. I'm just never going to drink alcohol, right? But we can make a decision about the people that we want to be around. We can make a decision about the things that we want to do with even the extra 5 minutes of our time. If we have 5 minutes, most people pull out their phone and they scroll for 5 minutes. Well, what if you always had a book with you? And instead of pulling out your phone and scrolling on your phone, you pulled out that book and read a couple pages. Or opened up the Bible app and read something on there. The point is to be intentional whenever possible. Okay? That way, if you are being as intentional as you possibly can, you are taking responsibility for all your actions. Okay? What happens to you then when you are intentional is not the result of what anybody else is doing, what anybody else is saying, not what the weather is doing, okay? Not anything like that. When you are intentional, the actions and what happens to you, actually not much happens to you, okay? When you are intentional, a whole lot of things happen for you. So that's what I'm talking about. Don't let life happen to you. You happen to life. You dictate the terms as much as you can. And when you do that, there's still going to be plenty of things that are going to be outside of your control. But when you are intentional in every single way possible, when you get up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, when you pull out your phone or not, to scroll, whether you're reading a book, the kind of people that you're around, when you arrive places, whether you get there early, late, on time, all of that, when you take as much of that as you can under your own power, then it gives you freedom when those other situations that are outside of your control present themselves, because they will. So just take a few minutes and think about some areas in your life where you could own a little bit. Set your alarm clock maybe 10 minutes earlier, 20 minutes earlier, and make your bed. Own your day from the start. That's what intentionality is. Intentionality is owning your own life and dictating to life on your terms, not letting life dictate to you. Okay? I hope you like that. I hope you appreciate it. Just some thoughts I'm getting out there. I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed saying it. We'll talk to you next time. So if you like this content, please give it a rating, a review, and share it with your friends. Also, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about me and what I'm all about and what I can maybe do for you, check out my website at thedangerousgentleman.org. That's thedangerousgentleman.org. Thank you for listening.